She answered the phone at 3 in the morning. The voice on the other end was her father, but the man she thought she knew had never existed. For 31 years, Dennis Rader lived 2 lives. Loving father, church president, Boy Scout leader, and BTK, bind, torture, kill. This is the story his daughter never wanted to tell, until now. Kerri Rawson grew up in Park City, Kansas. Normal childhood, dance recitals, birthday parties, Sunday church. Her dad coached her softball team. He was strict but present, protective even. She called him a good father. February 25th, 2005. Kerri was 26, married, living in Michigan. FBI agents knocked on her door. They told her something impossible. Her father had been arrested for 10 murders spanning 3 decades. He had strangled families in their homes, sent taunting letters to police, and then he just stopped, went back to being dad. Here's what makes the BTK case different. Most serial killers are loners, drifters, outcasts. Dennis Rader was the opposite. He worked for the city as a compliance officer. He measured people's lawns, cited code violations. He was president of his church council. He installed security systems for ADT. The irony wasn't lost on investigators. Between 1974 and 1991, he killed 10 people. He called himself BTK in letters to newspapers. He described his victims as projects. He kept trophies, jewelry, driver's licenses, photographs. And then, in 1991, he vanished. 14 years of silence. Police assumed he was dead. But Dennis Rader was coaching youth softball, helping Kerri plan her wedding, living the American dream. In 2004, BTK resurfaced. He sent a floppy disk to a local TV station. He had asked police in a previous letter, "Can you trace a floppy disk?" They told him no. They lied. The disk contained deleted metadata. A name, Dennis. A location, Christ Lutheran Church. February 25th, 2005. Dennis Rader was arrested while driving home from work. He didn't resist. He seemed relieved. That same morning, FBI agents told Kerri the truth. She didn't believe them. She hung up. They came to her house.
"Not my dad. You have the wrong person."
But they showed her the evidence, the letters, the drawings, the confessions, all in his handwriting. The man who walked her down the aisle had walked into 10 different homes and murdered entire families. Dennis Rader pleaded guilty. He wanted a trial. He wanted attention. The judge denied him that satisfaction. But he did give a confession, and what he said was more disturbing than the crimes themselves. He described his victims in detail, their fear, their final moments. He spoke like a mechanic describing car parts. No emotion, no remorse. Kerri watched parts of the confession. She heard her father describe how he stalked families, how he waited, watched, planned. And then she realized something worse. He had filmed her childhood, normal family videos, but they were shot by the same hands that tied ligatures, the same eyes that watched victims. Kerri stopped using her last name. She changed her daughter's name. She burned every photo. For 15 years, Kerri stayed silent. The trauma was too deep, the shame too heavy. But in 2019, she published a memoir, and in October 2025, Netflix released her documentary. Within days, it became one of the most watched true crime documentaries of the year. 30 million social media mentions, thousands of survivors reaching out. Because Kerri's story asks a question we all fear. How well do you really know the people you love? Dennis Rader is serving 10 consecutive life sentences. He's eligible for parole in 2180. He still writes letters from prison. Kerri doesn't read them. She's rebuilt her life. She advocates for victims' families. She's reclaimed her story. But she'll never get back what he took. Not the victims' lives, and not the father she thought she had. The BTK case reminds us of something terrifying. Evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes it looks like a neighbor, a coach, a father. And sometimes the people who suffer most are the ones who loved them. If this story moved you, we cover the untold side of true crime every week. Subscribe to Mystery Vault for stories that go deeper than the headlines. Settings. Use appropriate media. Don't use iStock. Use a male, heavy Northern English voice for the narrator.